Is Flying Fish the best restaurant in all of Walt Disney World?
Let's eat.
Hello everyone, I'm Jay.
And I'm Sam.
And you are watching the Theme Park Foodies, and we are on part 4 of our 5-part series dining at all of our favorite restaurants at Walt Disney World, our top 5. This one is all about Flying Fish, located in Disney's Boardwalk Resort. The Boardwalk Resort is themed after a turn of the 20th century Atlantic City Boardwalk. It is picturesque, beautiful. The dining here is pretty solid. It's right near Epcot, walking distance to Epcot. And every time we've dined at Flying Fish, it's been one of the most consistent restaurants we've ever dined at Walt Disney World, right?
Yes, and last year, like the first time we came, it was actually for our 3-year YouTube anniversary,
Yeah.
and a lot of our subscribers suggested it, and we went and we were blown away. Like, they got multiple 10s. We came back for Thanksgiving, like that's how much we liked it.
Yeah.
So I'm excited.
Yeah, out of all the places we've dined at, this and Jico have definitely been the most consistent. Narcoossee's is going to be on this list too. It's the last one. And Narcoossee's we've only dined at once. So we don't know how consistent they'll be. I can say that the food here is really good. They recently did a refurbishment, which changed up the interior decor a bit. That was the first time we dined out here, and it does feel very upscale. It's right next to the Abracadabra bar. We're going to show you guys how to get in there. Their signature dishes. We love the steak here. That red snapper that I had last time.
Yeah, the potato crusted snapper you loved. I love their New York strip here. It had like this amazing crust on it and a great béarnaise sauce. What was I gonna say? One strike against them though is they did take off the cocoa breach, which was a phenomenal dessert.
Yeah, one of my favorites in Disney World.
Hopefully whatever replaced it is just as good.
Yeah, we're gonna see what's replaced it. We're gonna go over the menu. It's about to rain, and hopefully we won't get wet because it is located somewhat outdoors. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right, if you enjoyed the content, please like and subscribe. Join us for our fancy dinner dining at Flying Fish. All right, so we've made it to the front of the boardwalk. Usually we could take these steps over to the right, which kind of take you right down to the boardwalk area. It's very picturesque, beautiful. You can actually see the yacht and beach club out there. But because it's raining, let's walk into the lobby, and I think this will be a little bit of a drier way in. As you walk in, you actually see this beautiful grand chandelier, and then there's this carousel. It's kind of centered right in the interior. To the left, you'll be able to find the lobby, which also has kind of an upscale theme to it. You can see some odds to classic carnivals like that Elephant Hotel, which is a real hotel you were able to stay in years back. Obviously not on Walt Disney World property. I think that may have been on Long Island. I could be wrong. They also have these really scary chairs. Chairs are legendary. They were taken out for refurbishment once, and people went crazy. Look at the tiny little feet on them. They're supposed to reflect like nanny chairs, I think, from boardwalks. And what I was bringing up before, this is a model of an older looping roller coaster. I would like to know the history behind this. But we need to head outside to get to Flying Fish. Now, if we walk straight to the back, you'll be able to find the boardwalk area. This is the major attraction of staying here. It's like a series of little shops, eateries, and there's a lot of new stuff coming. You can see the cake shop, kind of to the back left. They also have blue ribbon corn dogs. You can rent little like bicycles, or are the Sari bikes? That's it. Surrey bikes. Siri bikes that you can ride around back here, and it's like a 10-minute walk to Epcot. Beautiful resort to stay at. Definitely one of our bucket list resorts. And here we are, Flying Fish. At night, those little fishes on top will actually light up. Blue ribbon corn dogs is actually right next to Flying Fish and right in front of the Abracadabra bar. I'm excited to try this out. We are in. Hello. You can actually find this roller coaster part piece, which kind of pays homage to the 20th century Atlantic City Boardwalk theme here. All right, we are all checked in and heading to our table. Oh, we dined it here last time. It's the exact table we were at last time. No way. All right, so we're seated, and Sam, we actually learned a little bit about the restaurants. To the left of the check-in desk, they have a picture of the Flying Turns, which is a Knoebels trackless roller coaster. The restaurant is named after a Flying Fish coaster train. I didn't know that. They told us that at the front.
I didn't know that either, and we learned that this is Bob Iger's favorite resort in the world and restaurant.
I think it was Disney Resort and Restaurant. Resort in the World or Disney Restaurant. I don't know.
Like resort like all together, but
it makes sense why it's so consistent then.
Daddy Iger.
All right, so you guys are going to see some lines while we're filming in here because the lighting is at a different frame rate than the camera, so it captures it ever so slightly. Let's start with the menu. For the starters, they have this lobster bisque, which may be my favorite of all time. I'm pretty sure I've given it a 10 before. They put actual aged brandy in it. It's so good, and it's very hard for me not to get it on this outing. Then they have a garden bib lettuce. It's probably a salad. Hawaiian hamachi, slow roasted pork belly. We've had this. It's amazing. The tasting of artisanal cheeses, heirloom tomatoes with stone fruit, and of course some shrimp cocktails, seafood-based restaurant. They also have this Chilean sea bass, seafood pasta, plancha seared scallops, and this is Sam's favorite, and I can't see her not getting this. I really want to eat some of it. It's the char-crusted New York strip. That char crust is just so delicious here. They have to have a salmon, of course, and the squash is actually seasonal that comes with it. They change up some of their menu seasonally to reflect what's in season. We have organic chicken with peas and carrots, miso glazed shiitake Carolina gold rice galette, probably is how it's pronounced, and the filet mignon. We also have enhancements of cold water lobster tail, seared scallops, sauteed shrimp, and plancha seared octopus. All right, so I asked about their signature mocktails. They said this is an island punch, possibly Pacific Island punch. I wanted something obviously with no alcohol. I'm assuming there's got to be some form of pineapple juice in this. All right, well, let's try it out. Oh, a lot of fresh juices in there. I'm getting pineapple, mostly not coconut. Is it orange? No orange. Definitely pineapple and coconut. And you get some fresh fruit on top with a cherry. This is good. It's a little sweet, but this is like, if you're looking for just like a nice juicy drink, this is definitely where it's at. I'm gonna give it a 7. I would definitely order again. And we've retrieved the bread service. Now this is their house-made sourdough bread with their in-house made whipped butter with black sea salt. I remember loving this bread service last time.
Yes, and I believe they get the bread from a local bakery.
Oh yes, the bread's from a local bakery, sorry.
Yes, it has potato and chive in it. Well, the butter is so smooth.
I remember just this having that great potato flavor, that light black sea salt.
Eating the whole thing of bread last time we came.
I dipped this in my lobster bisque last time, it was so good.
It has such a beautiful crust on the outside, and it's nice and warm and soft on the inside, and it's like a heartier bread with the potato and chive. And I love the butter. Like, you don't have to work for it. Like, it's just literally, it's so smooth. I'm gonna give it an 8.
Is this the highest number for bread service yet, or did we?
I think giraffe bread.
Oh, giraffe bread, yeah. Giraffe bread is winning the bread wars. All right, the appetizers are here. I couldn't help but to get the lobster bisque. Before I dig into this bisque, I did want to bring up as well, look at the utensils here. They're like fish-themed utensils. The attention to detail. Also, as you walk in, it's nautical themes. They have these bubble chandeliers, they have fish chandeliers, there's blue hues everywhere. Great fine attention to detail. It feels upscale. It really does feel like immersive into like the fine dining experience, and I think it does, despite it being a bit more modern, complement the turn of the 20th century theme. Let's get back to the soup. I've given this a 10 before. I had to get it again. Sam, what's in this?
It has an aged brandy and a chive oil.
And then you can see some full chunks of lobster right on top. Let's mix this up a bit.
I also want to say I lied. The bread is a 9. I've eaten 2 pieces, and I was wrong.
I'm also going to dip some bread in this. I feel like it was smaller last time. I feel like it got bigger this time. Lobster flavor, not fishy. And the brandy, like, it's not like it tastes like alcohol. It just tastes like this aged brandy just perfectly complements that flavor of the lobster. Every flavor complements itself. It's robust, delicious, not too salty, and your perfect soup. And then also, perfect for dipping your bread in. I had to get a bread dip in there. Look at that. You know where I'm going with this, Sam.
10.
It's a perfect 10. One of my probably my favorite soup of all time. All right, so this is the slow roasted pork belly. We've had this before, but there's like a kind of a new take on it because they put some peaches in here to complement the seasonal flavors. What's in this, Sam?
Yeah, so they're bringing in the summer flavors. So it has a peach and bourbon glaze on top. There's also grilled peach and charred onion and crispy shallots. Lid is just split.
Just splits right down the middle. There's good skin on that.
Looks really good. It's just as good as I remember. The peach is really nice too. I feel like pork is already sweet and it just gives it like just an even sweeter glaze, but it's not over the top with the sweetness. And it has a nice crispy outer edge. It's obviously, it's extremely tender. I'm gonna give it a 9.
Wow, almost a perfect 10. I feel like I'd probably give it a 10 because I'm more 10 happy than you. All right, dinner is served. I got the potato crusted red snapper. I got the octopus as an enhancement. And Sam, of course, you got their char crusted New York strip.
The béarnaise sauce and a potato gratin, which looks way better than the California Grill one. Remember that one was like mush?
Yeah, that one wasn't good.
This, I feel like this almost doesn't look real. Like it looks fake. It just, the way the sauce is just.
It looks like perfect. Hey, like it's a fake food, yeah.
And just the crust is really, it's really beautiful.
You asked for it medium rare. Let's see how it's cooked. Oh, that's perfect medium rare to me. Look at that. That's beautiful. It's not actual blood, but I like to say, look at the blood come out of it. Yeah, dip it in that béarnaise sauce.
I remember it being good, but it's really good. For me, the crust and the béarnaise sauce just really make it, elevate the dish. It's New York strip, so it's not as tender as like a filet. But this béarnaise sauce, like it's so rich and buttery. It also has like a little bit of a tang to it. I feel like it helps with the texture of the steak. Like,
I also want to say a New York strip does, because it has more fat, it holds more flavor, I feel like, in it, you know?
It's very flavorful, but that sauce, like it really just like helps with the moisture. And I feel like just the texture of the char, it just goes so well with the meat and the sauce. It's so good.
You gotta try that gratin.
And this is like a real gratin. And it looks like it has some nice sea salt on top. It's not a pile of mush. Like.
Yeah, I think that's gonna go well with the béarnaise sauce too. You get all those little flavors together with the meat and the potato.
Pool of sauce over here.
There you go.
Perfectly crispy on the outside. You're smiling. Is it because I'm smiling?
I'm hoping you're gonna give it a 10.
I am.
It's 10, right?
It's 10. I know. Sometimes I'm like, oh, this is so great. This is the best thing I ever had. And then like, I go 9. No, it's a 10. I can't dispute it.
All right, so this is their signature dish, the potato crusted red snapper. What's in and underneath this?
So there's a leek fondue and it's in a red wine reduction. I also want to say that steak has been on the menu since they opened in the 90s. Like it's a mainstay. And they did at one point get rid of it and like people were outraged and they brought it back.
I got all the flavors in here.
The outside of that like looks so nice. Like it just, the crisp on it.
It's flaky, like filled with flavor in the center. You know, and the thing is about good fish is it doesn't taste fishy. None of this stuff tastes fishy. It's so good. I feel like last time may have been a better iteration though. I feel like it might be just a little tad bit dry in the center. It's still really good though, because you get a lot of juice, I'm not gonna say the M word, from the leek at the bottom.
That's a red wine reduction, I think.
Oh, red wine reduction. It's really good. I'm gonna give it a 9. All right, this is the enhancement I got. It's the char-grilled octopus, plancha-seared octopus. I was told there's a special way that they prepare this that makes it very tender. Now, usually if you've had calamari before, you know that consistency can be very chewy. So when they said tender octopus, it made me very interested in trying this out. So let's see how it is. That is the most tender octopus, some of the most I've ever had. I've had some tender calamari before at like really good New York restaurants, but this is incredible. It's so interesting to taste the consistency like that and not feel like you're chewing on something. It's almost like the filet mignon of octopus.
This was $21 for the 3, whereas when we did the enhancement at Topolino's, I think it was $24 for the 3 scallops. So do you think that this is a better enhancement?
The thing is with the scallops, the sauce is really good. With this, the octopus is really good. But if you know octopus, it doesn't hold a lot of flavor. There's like a slight butteriness to this. It's very good. They definitely like get like a lot of butter. It's like crusted in that, and the butter gets into it. But I mean, $21, I mean, it's tender, it's good. Definitely something unique. I mean, I could see 18, but the times we're living in, everything's expensive, I feel like, you know. I still think it's really good. I'm gonna give it a 9. It's incredible octopus. The only reason I'm not going to 10 is I just feel like it could be maybe a little bit more flavorful, but it's probably some of the best octopus I ever had. We are missing the cocoa breach. It's not on here anymore. If you want to see one of our previous videos, it's one of our favorite desserts of all time. But they still have this chocolate hazelnut bar, which I'm looking at. This vanilla bean cheesecake, I think, is new. Florida Sunset, this is, I think, for the season. This is like their seasonal dessert. They have a strawberry cake, which is new. It's vegan. It has a vegan gelato. It's kind of a deconstructed strawberry shortcake. And they have this tasting of artisanal cheeses, which I think this also looked like it was on the appetizer menu. They also have some specialty coffees. Ooh, peanut butter freeze. If I was drinking, I'd get that. Boardwalk Cafe, espresso martini. These are some loose leaf teas, and they have some $400 2-ounce wines, fortified wines, dessert wines, port flights, and cognac. While we were waiting for dessert, I did want to bring up the bar area theming. They kind of use these wine bottles as a chandelier, and you can see near where the seats are, they actually have some scales. They also have an open kitchen, so you can see them up here cooking the fish and the steak right back there fresh.
There we go.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
For flying fish. You got a little bit of orange sorbet on the side. You have candied hazelnuts, milk chocolate whipped cream, chocolate pieces, and then the hazelnut cake is inside.
Appreciate it.
Enjoy.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Our dessert has been served, and I've been telling the servers that it's my birthday. Well, it's my birthday month, so this is kind of like a birthday crawl, just so you guys get an idea of if you're celebrating a special occasion, what you can expect. I've gotten special desserts at a lot of the places, but in this place, they actually gave me a plate that said "Happy Birthday from Flying Fish," and I got to blow out a candle. So that was nice.
Shimmer on your little seashell chocolates. It's very pretty.
Yeah, you're right. They gave me some little seashell chocolates. Very nice. Let's start with Sam's, though. You got the vanilla bean cheesecake. What else is in this, Sam?
There's some like cherry sauce. There is shortbread crumbles, spiced croutons, which is very interesting. I mean, it's no cocoa breach, but...
Yeah, we are missing the cocoa breach, that's for sure. You are like beautifully lit by the window right now, by the way.
It's good cheesecake. I'm gonna get some of this cherry sauce. I like the shortbread crumbles for the texture.
It's always hard for me to pick cheesecake because I'm a big fan of New York cheesecake. And that Musso and Frank cheesecake in Los Angeles is just next level.
This is really good. It's a very light, like fluffy cheesecake. It's really good though. I'm gonna give it an 8.
Oh wow, that's a pretty high number. All right, the chocolate hazelnut bar. Hazelnut, turquoise, milk chocolate, whipped cream, candied hazelnuts, and orange sorbet. So this is the sorbet right here. I want to try one of these shells first, actually. It's a white chocolate shell.
I'm not sure what you were expecting.
Okay, let's eat this. So just crack the top, get a little bit of all the flavors in there.
I had that last time and it was really good.
The candied hazelnut is so good. The chocolate in it is dark. You know what? The candied hazelnut gives it like a flair of like, you know, like getting those candied nuts on the boardwalk? It's like an elevated version of that. That's why they did that. Let me try the orange sorbet. It's very good sorbet. I don't like mixing. I don't mind chocolate and orange, but I just don't feel like this one needs it, so I'm keeping them separate. It's really good though. It's no cocoa breach, but it is close. It's a very high-end dessert. If you love hazelnut, you love chocolate. If you're a big fan of Nutella, this is the dessert for you.
Or Ferrero Rochers.
Oh yeah, Ferrero Rochers. Yeah, it's just like that. It's like a Ferrero Rocher bar. I'm gonna give it a 9. Really good. Appreciate it. Open the doors up for you here. Right before we leave, I want to check out the cake shop that they're building down the block over here. Or I guess I should say down the boardwalk, right? So you can see the signage is actually up now. I feel like usually the signage is one of the last things they put in. So they must have some unique architectural plans for this. Although I'm not an architect, so I can't say for myself. It definitely looks like it's pretty far along though. You can see on the wall they have some like chocolate waffles that they're promoting, some cakes, some tea time. It looks good. Are you excited, Sam?
I hope they have a tea service.
Yeah.
Floridian doesn't have theirs anymore. That would be nice.
It would. All right, so in my opinion, when it comes to cuisine, Flying Fish I think may be the best restaurant in Walt Disney World.
I agree with that.
Yeah, when you take into account the atmosphere, the area of the restaurant, I'm a sucker for rooftop dining, which is why I love Topolino's Terrace. But as far as consistency of the dishes, every experience we've gone has been great. The service is always good. The food always knocks at minimum an 8. Like Flying Fish is really, as far as cuisine-wise, knocked everything out of the park. I can see why it may be Bob Iger's favorite. I haven't spoken to Bob Iger, I haven't heard, but that's what someone told us in there. That's his favorite restaurant on the Disney properties. And I can see why. I think it does feel very upscale as well. The bread is sourced from a local bakery in Winter Park. If you haven't been to Winter Park in Florida, it is a beautiful area.
Yeah, and it's made exclusively for the restaurant. They used to sell it at the bakery, but it would like sell out, so now they just sell it to Disney.
Yeah. What was your favorite thing that we ate?
The steak. Obviously.
The steak is really good. I would say my favorite thing that we ate is probably your steak too.
We ate all the same things that we ate in our last video, and I don't care because they're that good that it's hard not to order them.
Yeah, when you have something that is that good, you got to keep going back for it.
Yeah, I would regret if I didn't. I'm sure something else would be good, but it's not going to be that.
Like I said before, this is part 4 of our 5-part series. We have one restaurant left, which is Narcoossee's. We're having a very hard time trying to find a reservation for it. But we will get it. It may take a few weeks.
There's a lot of like really late night reservations, which like we cannot do.
Yeah, we wouldn't give a proper review if we ate there too late at night. But I think Narcoossee's kind of captures all of the elements that we like. Consistency, the food, the situation of the restaurant where you can actually see Cinderella's castle, watch fireworks. That's one of the reasons I love those fireworks views. Love the rooftop restaurants is for the fireworks views. I think that's what's knocking Boardwalk, but what Boardwalk has, or what Flying Fish has, is the Boardwalk. The Boardwalk is beautiful. It has so many things to look at. It was raining before, so they don't have the streetmosphere out here, but they have like jugglers, they have streetmosphere that comes out here, they have the Surrey bikes. So many great things here at the Boardwalk. Yeah.
The lights.
Yeah, it is just a beautiful place to be. It's a walking distance from Epcot, and to me, it's probably better than any restaurant in Epcot.
I think if they still had the Coco Breach, I would confidently put this above everything that we had so far.
Yeah, I think I would agree with that. The only restaurant I think that compares to this in Epcot is Le Sayre, and it's so close to Epcot. I recommend if you're looking for a sit-down dinner, just walk right outside Epcot, 10-minute walk or a boat ride, and you can just dine at Flying Fish.
And even if you don't even want to go to the restaurant, I just do recommend just coming to check out the Boardwalk. Like, I guarantee you'll be very impressed.
I'm still putting Topolino's above this, I think, though, for the atmosphere for the rooftop.
It's
hard
so
to say.
hard. It's honestly like such a complex thing.
Yeah.
There's too many factors, and like what one has, one doesn't have, and it's hard.
Well, stay tuned, because in our Narcoossee's video, we will be ranking our top 5 favorite.
I'm gonna have anxiety up until that day. I don't want to think about it.
And if you enjoy the content, please like and subscribe. Liking will really help our channel grow. It pushes this video out into the stratosphere of the YouTube algorithm. Helps other people find the video. Subscribing, it also helps our channel grow. Hit the bell notification so that way you're notified every time when videos come out, which is when, Sam?
Every Monday and Thursday at 12 p.m.
Thanks so much for watching. Don't count the days.
Make the days count.
We will see you next time. That's all, folks. For those wondering, we did save some steak for Frank.
Obviously.
So there will be some Frank steak to be had. And this is probably our number 2 or number 3 resort we want to stay at. I would say Grand Floridian, Wilderness Lodge, and then here. And if we stayed here, like, I would have to pay for the upcharge to stay in one of those rooms, like on the boardwalk. One of these rooms right above the restaurants. Because I feel like you need to have this kind of atmosphere of the boardwalk. You want to have like this view.
Also, I would like to go to Trattoria El Forno for breakfast again. I did enjoy that.
Oh yeah, that was great. And the people who see scrolling up on our screen, those are our members. We do have memberships as low as $1.99 a month if you have any interest at all, with differing tiers, differing offerings. Just want to give a special thank you to them and their generosity. But we appreciate anyone who likes, comments, subscribes, supports. You've really helped our channel grow. Oh, there's a baby turtle right there. This baby turtle is also a supporter.